You know, before the change in presidential administration, honestly, back in the early 2000s, the accelerated approval process was moving more smoothly. When a new president came in and he appointed a new commissioner, things started to change. By 2008, 2009, this FDA was moving to revoke one drug already approved. We talked about that one, Avastin. And they moved to and denied approval to this drug, and they have increased statistical study time. This drug, TDM1, started phase 1 clinical trials in 2007. It's now almost 2012, and the FDA hasn't moved 1 inch on approval. And now I'm going to turn it over to Peter, who's going to talk to you about TDM1 and his experience with it. Thanks.
Thank you all very much for coming out here today. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedules and trying to make a difference, trying to make a change. I got diagnosed almost 4 years ago. I'm one of 71 men from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, that were diagnosed with male breast cancer. Originally, I was diagnosed stage 3B. I did 14 months of treatment, including 29 chemotherapy appointments. I had a mastectomy. I had 22 lymph nodes removed. They were all cancerous, and I had 33 radiation appointments. 3 days before my last scheduled appointment, I started having shooting pain up and down my spine. At that point, we did a scan on my last scheduled appointment, and it was at that point that we noticed that my cancer has spread to my spine, my ribs, and my hip. So just like a lot of the other women that were up here, I'm stage 4 metastatic breast cancer patient. I went on for, since being diagnosed, metastatic breast cancer, almost 2.5 years. I had probably a month or two here and there with a little bit of relief, but I'll just tell you about my last year of treatment. A lot of the women that were up here speaking were so great, so professional, so organized. I'm just going to go over the last year just to make it a little simple, a little quicker, a little easy. Would that be all right? So basically my last year, starting around January, treatment was not going well. We had to change right off the bat, right at the first of the year. Like you heard a lot of people talking about tumor markers and all that type of stuff. Mine was gradually growing and increasing. The side effects were getting worse. You were worn out. I was in pain, you know, going to sit up, sit down. All these types of things kept getting worse. So after 3 different types of treatments that didn't work this year, my cancer spread into my chest, onto my lung, you know, all the cancer in my spine, on my ribs, on my hips, everything doubled. I mean, everything was sore. It hurt to get up and walk. There were times you were spending in bed. And I was always searching, always continue to try to look for another approach, you know, what alternative treatment I could do, what other treatment. 3 years ago, actually I apologize, 2 years ago, I was at that San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium. Phil talked about it briefly in 2009. Even though TDM was already out, they were talking about it that year. I was metastatic at that point. Me and a few of the other people there were also metastatic. We talked about it. One of the things that was so promising is that the side effects were minimal, very minimal, and the results were phenomenal. So I was fortunate enough 3.5 months ago to get involved in a clinical trial right here in Boston at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute with TDM1, along with another drug called Taxol. I'd say probably by my 2nd or 3rd week, I felt immediate results. I could get up. Now when I'm telling you, I'm just telling day-to-day results. Just sitting up, you know, to stand up here 3 months ago, I can tell you I could not have done this. You know, 3 months ago. Just to tell you a little bit about my base. I'm a marathon run. I used to be a marathon runner. I haven't run in about 5 years. I'm a very athletic, very busy guy. So since being diagnosed, I was always walking. I couldn't run. I couldn't play basketball anymore, but I could still walk. So I still stayed active. This year right here, I probably walked about 12 to 15 miles total the whole year. And that was about a week of what I did 6 months to a year earlier. And so like I said, when I got on that TDM1 trial, and I knew all about it, I knew about friends that had a year of success with minimal side effects. And even some of them showing no evidence of disease. The thing about metastatic, they don't say it cured. I don't say that. I'm saying there's a cure out there. We just got to find it. And I'm hoping we're on the way with TDM1. We got to open it up. So that's one of the things that I talk about. So 2 or 3 weeks into it, I'm feeling 100% better. Not 100%, 40, 50% better. I'm able to walk around. I'm able to stand up out of a chair without being slumped over. That's what I'm talking about. Not feeling. I'm 49 years old, happily married man. I have a 14-year-old daughter that I'm honored and blessed to have both of them in my life. And my daughter's like any other 14-year-old kid that wants to play, I couldn't go out and play volleyball. If I picked my hand over my head, I'm out of commission. So now I'm not going to join the professional circuit, but what I could do, like a dad or a parent, is able to play with my child, to go out for a walk around the block with my wife and daughter, and do things like this. So, I don't really know what a cure looks like, but to me, I know what it feels like. And for me, it feels like to be able to be a young middle-aged man, to be able to get up and do things with your friends and family, to have energy, to feel like you're supposed to feel. The constant wearing down of treatment that doesn't work and that actually feeds the cancer is not the way to go. I'm so shocked and not really that shocked that it's not approved, because you hear so many people with the results that are so favorable for so long. So I just wanted to get up here and be quick tonight, just to tell you my story today, and let you know that there's men out there that get male breast cancer, and that I try to do everything I can to be involved in the cause